beach in Sardinia. Sarah's just arriving. Hey Maya. It's so bright out here. So, we arrived last night to Sardinia. We were traveling around in Switzerland. And as soon as we arrived, we took a cab over to a town called Santa Lucia, which is where we're going to be staying at for a couple nights. We met up with Benji. It was nice seeing him after a couple years.
Finally, I'm in the video.
Our journey left us hungry, so at 11 o'clock at night, we ordered pizzas.
It's last pizzas of Santa Lucia. We got them.
And had 4 midnight pizzas before bed. Sarah and I have been to the island of Sardinia twice before. Once without kids in 2014, and again for Benji and Kate's wedding with Maya and Noah in 2019, where we met up with some old friends, went on a crazy adventure involving horses and water and sand, and hung out with the rest of the Fargione family on the beautiful beaches nearby. This time, we're visiting a small town on the central east coast called Santa Lucia. I woke up earlier than everyone on the first morning and headed to one of 2 small corner stores, the other one being even smaller. I ended up getting yogurts, jam, and some homemade pastries. After that, we met Ariel and Daniel and walked over a couple meters to the town's gorgeous main beach. And this is where we're gonna post up for the day. Around 1 o'clock, we left all our towels and shade on the beach and headed home for some lunch and downtime. And now we're back for round 2 after lunch. No plan again, just to relax. Actually, never mind, Mom reminded me, we got this. The afternoon beach sessions typically had better breezes and were generally more relaxed. We were learning which beach staples to bring, and given that this was so close to Benji's home, he kept us stocked up on snacks. It's 7:52 and we're just now leaving the beach as the sun's almost setting over the cliffs.
Wow.
We're gonna drop off our stuff, and Benji made us reservations for a restaurant at 8:30, and we're on the hunt for some good pasta. Sacorte, cucina tipica sarda, or typical Sardinian food, was an elegant setting. Along with my favorite regional Cananao wine, we ordered local oysters and stuffed squash blossom, gnocchetti pasta, potato gnocchi with clams, ricotta ravioli, and seadas for dessert, which is like a Sardinian sopapilla stuffed with cheese.
Yes! This is the wrong cut.
The next morning, Sarah and I grabbed our morning coffees and croissants, along with 2 extra to go for the kids. And on our walk back, we ran into Benji, being delivered his farm-fresh cheese, while I got the opportunity to try some non-kosher cured salami.
We're in Blackbird and we picked up breakfast, and now we're gonna head over to a beach that we went to last time we were in Sardinia and go beach hopping.
Blackbird is the name of Benji's old BMW convertible. As I adjusted to manual stick shift, we started our 25-minute drive down to our favorite beach from our previous trip in 2019 and tried to relive the experience. The beach was exactly as we remembered it. We set up our umbrellas and went out to work. The water was crystal clear, and on the north side of the beach, there were rocks perfect for snorkeling and even a spot for some short cliff jumping. After working up an appetite, we headed to the nearby cafe, which on previous trip made for some of our favorite memories: coffees, relaxation, lunch, friends. We wanted to see if we could recreate the magic. Luckily, we were not disappointed. With a carafe of house white wine, we enjoyed simple Italian food in Italy. After paying for lunch and round 2 at the beach, we took our goodbye photos and headed to the nearest supermarket as we were cooking dinner for the Farjones and us tonight. On the menu was paprika's chicken, roasted veggies, and white rice. Dinner was a hit, and we hung out singing songs and telling stories. The adults had their dessert, whipped honey and egg whites, or nougat, and by far the best ricotta cheese ever made on planet Earth. The kids, however, opted to walk over and get Italian gelato again, this time trying a different place.
Second gelato of the place. So what do you prefer?
Yeah, which of the 2 places do you prefer?
I'm gonna be honest, I like this one better.
Really? Interesting.
Rise up this morning, smile with the rising sun. 3 little birds by my doorstep.
I went out for my morning jog along the beach and through the pine trees in a sunny 80-degree weather about a mile away from our apartment to Confetti Beach, named for the multicolored sea-washed pebbles.
Ooh, yeah.
It is Tuesday morning. I've already gone out for a little jog even though it's past 10 now. We set up the girls with cereal for when they wake up, and we're heading to our favorite spot for coffee. Santa Lucia also has a ropes course right in town. Maya and Noah got fit into their harnesses and got the intro lecture. They immediately hooked into the cable system and they were off.
I got no drip in my pocket. Must have forgot it, or maybe I already lost it. don't got enough to go cop it. I'm about to take off like a rocket. Houston, we might have a problem, but that don't mean money on solve. No, that don't mean money on solve. Woke up dreaming other commas and I got $100.
The zip lines were the funnest part. I liked how there was different levels of difficulty to progress on different stages.
Repush my exes with a couple models. She act out of pocket, now it's just a problem. I got it.
The rope swing course was really fun. There were some really difficult parts, but we both managed to get through it.
It took us 2 hours until we were exhausted.
I could care less if you fucking with me, cause I still got the chest coming 150. I got no drip in my pocket, yeah. Must have forgot it, or maybe I already lost it.
We had pizza for lunch and then took Daniel, along with both of Benji's stand-up paddleboards, to the cove across the street. We navigated shallow water and hidden sea urchins before heading over to the main beach.
We are here at another beach, or well, the same. We've already been. They're playing mascot. We're inflating the very big beast, the unicorn. And Danielle, very clear water, as you can see. And windsurfers, super pretty.
It was time for a snack break, so we walked over to the beach shack to get some chips, then played some more until sundown, when it was time to head back and get cleaned up for another dinner with the Fargions. Here we are, all showered up at Benji's house again for some Sardinian cheese appetizer.
This is called pane fratao. It's really rare to find it because in restaurants generally they don't do it. It's a slice of pane carazao, then tomato sauce, eggs, and parmesan. That's it.
I feel this hurting.
Later that night, Ariel and Daniel went together to see a traveling puppet theater. We stayed back and took a chill evening at the apartment. After another round of croissants and cappuccinos for breakfast, we headed to the weekly farmers market of Santa Lucia. Held every Wednesdays, vendors from around the area bring their local produce and arts to sell.
Precious words, I'm gonna do some chirping, and I ain't no bird. There's a reason for living, and a reason for dying, and a damn good reason why a woman starts.
Very late.
We were on the hunt for some fruit to take with us on our next beach adventure. We picked out some pears and peaches, and we loaded into Blackbird with the rest of our gear. The first destination was a beach near Capo Camino, a 15-minute drive south. I'd seen on Google Maps that this beach was surrounded by some rather large dunes and had some rock outcroppings or islands near the beach, so I was hoping for more snorkeling. Unfortunately, it turned out that this area was very windy and the water wasn't as clear as we had wanted it due to a lot of seagrass that blew in. We ended up only staying for an hour or so, and then headed to meet the Fargion family at their favorite restaurant, which was located in the middle of nowhere on a beautiful plot of land. We arrived first and ordered a bottle of Rosé Cananao and cheered when we were reunited. Kate had said that they considered this venue as one of the options for their wedding. The food was high-end, yet traditional and locally sourced. All the dishes were showstoppers. After dessert, Benji thanked the owner, who he has known for a few years now, and I was gifted with some myrtle berries, a local bush that grows here and is used to make the local digestif called mirto. On to our next beach. 10 minutes further south was a long stretch of sand with a lot of beachgoers and watercolors belonging to all the hues of blue.
This beach is really cool. There's like a... No, there's a flounder. It's like crystal clear water, like super teal, and then there's a bunch of fish and like rocks, and it's really fun.
What an epic sunset drive home. I usually hate driving, but this was a ride not to forget. Sarah and I cleaned up and got ready for our double date, Sans Kids with Benji and Kate. They picked Frida, a bar with an amazing rooftop view. Time flew by too quickly. We're here for midnight beer, pizza, and some local Sardinian meat that we had from earlier today. We didn't get a chance to eat it, so I'm eating it now. And now I'm heading over to Benji's house for one last nightcap. Since it's the last night in Sardinia, I don't mind staying out a little bit later and see where it takes us. Maya is out actually till midnight or 1 o'clock with her friends, and then we've got one last day tomorrow. You're probably getting sick of seeing us eat croissants and coffee for breakfast, but guess what? We weren't. It was checkout time, so we cleaned up our apartment and packed up our luggage to head over to lounge the rest of the day at the Fort Jones again. Beside arts and crafts, the real activity was to make enough pasta and ravioli for all of us. Noah and Benji set out to work.
This should be 179 in, I guess, 1 hour. Very soon.
Lunch was so good that we ended up ordering the same pasta roller on Amazon when we got home. Quick reminder, don't play cards with a magician. A few magic tricks later, and it was time to thank the Fort Jones for opening their home to us and hosting us with such hospitality. Benji drove us to the airport in the afternoon, with a quick tour of the nearby town of La Caleta, a stop in Olbia for premium gelato, definitely get the hazelnut, and then our final goodbyes. What is Lulu? Time to say goodbye. I know we'll meet each other again soon.
For a perfect beach includes shade, closeness to the water, and
a spectacular view.
The water has to be clear.
Vivid blues are important.
My ideal beach is somewhere where it's not that private. I need people at the beach.
Lined with amazing trees.
Things that make a beach great is probably having like good snorkeling things, like different areas, having rocks, different types of fishes, good clean sand, but it also has to be soft.
Definitely the sand matters.
Soft sand.
Good sand that doesn't get stuck all over you.
And no seaweed at the beach.
So, of the 4 beaches we visited on this trip, which was our favorite?
Beach number 1 was the main beach in Santa Lucia. It was great because it was really close to Benji's house, and because Benji was there, we had a great cover for a tent, so we had shade from the sun. Where you set up, you're really close to the water, but it was pretty crowded.
Beach number 2 is the beach that we went during Benji and Kate's wedding, and it was a really good beach. There was a lot of rocks to the left of it and a lot of good places to snorkel, and you could cliff jump a little bit on the rocks, and it was really, really clear water and a good place to play mascots. And yeah, it was a lot of, like, not that crowded, but a good amount of people.
Beach number 3 was the one with the dunes and the island off in the distance. The views were indeed spectacular. Definitely had a lot of views. It was great seeing all the yachts around. The water wasn't as clear, and it did smell a little bit from the seaweed that had blown in. It was a very windy day when we were there.
Beach 4 was, I think, one of my favorites because it was clear water. It had some nice sandbars, and we were playing matkot. It was popular, but it still meant like it was really fun. It was good sand, good water. Overall, I think it was the best, even though it didn't have that many fish.
What a great summary of the beaches we went to, all within an 11-mile strip on the east coast of Sardinia. But which of the 4 beaches can stand above the others to meet our criteria and be our favorite family beach? Okay, so how are we gonna pick the best beach?
Which beach can we rule out?
Probably beach number 3, the stinky beach.
Why beach number 3?
The water was bad and it was windy.
Far away.
What do you think of beach number 1?
The city beach?
Mm-hmm.
I liked it, that it was close, but it didn't really stand out.
It was a nice go-to beach.
My favorite beach would be beach number 4.
Mama, which one was yours?
It has to be the wedding beach. It's a little bit nostalgia, but also it's just the perfect setting where you walk up and it's like a postcard when you walk up to this.
Well, it'll be a hard one, so we'll have to vote. Time to choose. Beach number 2, the wedding beach.
Beach number 2, the wedding beach.
Beach number 4, Berkida.
Beach number 2, the wedding beach.
And the winner is the wedding beach!